Hi, I'm Guillaume Ang, and I'm very happy to get started with another episode of Flow States, the YouTube channel where we review the flows of successful companies and we try to learn and get inspired from them. I want to thank you all for the feedback, for the company suggestions that you send to us, and as long as you keep sending us feedback, I'll keep making these videos because I learned so much doing them. So another few things that I want to mention before we dive into a new flow review is that we've extended the content that we produce on the back of these flow reviews. And now we're trying to put some written content that goes with the video. You can find them on our blog, upflowy.com/blog. You can also access all this content if you type net positive Upflowy. And hopefully you'll be able to extend your learnings and share more with us as well through this blog content. So thanks a lot for joining us today again. I'm going to get started today, and I've chosen to take an angle that has been in my mind for since the start of doing this series, which is that how businesses that have obviously different personas, not like one customer with different variation, but very strong different personas handle their onboarding flow, their sign-up flow. And I've chosen a company that I think reflects well this conundrum for me, which is Segment. So let's talk more about Segment. First, Segment is, it's been acquired by Twilio recently. They've obviously had a stellar growth. I cannot encourage you enough to listen to the interview of their founders, how they came up with the idea, which was kind of a coincidence, and how they developed it into a structuring part of what we call the customer data platform. And so the reason why I think there's the right topic matter for today is that while they work a lot for marketing, they also have deep ties into the tech stack of any platform. And there is they basically make the connection between technology and marketing, and engineering and marketing, and data and marketing, and so on. And so they have to interact with a variety of different stakeholders of any product. And that's what I want to explore in the way they do a sign up for me today. I've actually signed up this morning to them for our own service because we really love their service. And I kind of add some closery, so everything won't be first hand, but obviously it will also help us to go deeper into what they're doing. I'm going to do as usual, start from a single research on Google. They bet on their own keywords, great, nothing new here. And here, I love the fact that looking at their top ranked entry, one of the points is that they can offer me an introduction to Segments. And I think one of the reasons they do that is because they've identified that not everyone understands everything they do, which is actually a lot. And so there's typically this very easy entry point where if I add questions, I'll be able to go through that and still sign up, which I think is really good in terms of deploying more ways to interact with users. Like this first link in Google actually matters, and what you do with them and reflects a lot at a certain point of evolution, how you think about your persona and your users. So today I'm going to just go to their main landing page and see what they have for me. And from the get-go, they reflect the word I was using, which is customer data platform. They don't typically have a variety of personas they address, but they are quite already agnostic in terms of what type of team they want to work with. Here you typically see that marketing, product, engineering, they're all mentioned here for good reason, which is that they are all involved in this, implementing this amazing product to get the best value out of it. So segment for marketing team, and then a segment for product team, and then I guess here is that segment for engineering team with a big change of color. You can see that here, I'm going from light to dark, which is much more typical of a development environment, when you're in a coding interface, with something that is much more, not open to everyone to understand what's happening here, because there is some code, So yeah, there's definitely a strong segmentation of the different users I want to explore. And look, what I'm offering to do today is to do the two ways, like the ways where I'm starting as a genuine, like generic users, and they're trying to refine me into one specific funnel, and then we'll test one of them below, maybe two if we have the time. So let's get started with that. We can already see that there is two different ways to get in, see how it works, or give my email and see how it works. And I want to highlight that this is an option that is much more and more, like the norm in many websites. You keep your like shorthand call to action at the top, which means that anywhere you are, you still have this call to action, but you also give the option to capture the email straight away, which I think is very interesting because the two flows are actually different, right? So if I click on that, I'm going to access to a full-fledged demo website in a way. Like, can I access to demo here? Which is not consistent with what I was expecting, but then they ask for my email because they don't have it before. Or, I come from here and I put my email address, and I'm going to use my consulting email address for today. And I click on see how it works, and then they drive me, but they pre-fill my name, which, okay, so that works. They actually save me a step. I'm wondering whether they actually save my name, which, will be interesting. What you can see at the top is that there is actually a UID now, which will indicate that they actually save my name, and now they have some kind of representation of my name here that they must have saved somewhere. So I guess I have my email address. It would be good to check if I've already received an email from them, which I didn't. Maybe in social, the promotion, nothing. So, okay, let's keep going with that. And I'm going to put my name here. Is my phone number mandatory? Let's try without it. Yes, it is. And so I'm going to go for Australia. Very neat. They could have prioritized my country as as the default option. I think that's this small thing for phone numbers are very important, because phone number being friction. If people want to take the step of getting their phone number, it's actually kind of better that you put like this inside the top two. It shows a bit of rigidity in the way the form is created. And then get a demo. So get a demo is basically they come back to me, but I can still create my free workflows. So it's kind of like two steps onboarding that I find interesting, in the sense that they've locked in a time with me, but now I still get to create my free account, which I will do now. Very different design in a way. So I feel I'm going from like darkness to light in a way, and it seems quite disconnected. So why not? I'm going to take that, and what it tells me that most of the customers must be people they need to activate on board or explain what the product is about. So they must have quite a high cost of acquisition. But maybe they will, because they wanted to get me to create a demo with them before anything, but they didn't specifically suggest that I should book a time with them, so they'll reach out to me. So they're adding one more steps. I find that that's not perfectly optimized, and there is some ground for example, showing them a calendar booking, because they seem to be willing to talk to me anyway, or possibly ask me more about my company so that they can know whether they want to spend more time with me on the phone. So I think there is definitely some ground for optimization. Another thing is I end up putting my email address again. Strong password not being defined, so I will assume that they ask for something like this, and that's my typical strong password. So once I have learned that it's not strong enough for them, but also I don't think they tell me too much about what I should do. So I will just use Google to suggest a strong password. It always works, and then sign up. Okay, this is quite nice. This is where they actually try to push to me again a demo. So it's kind of a product sign up, very much mixed with like a sales pipeline, and talk to sales, meaning that they really want me to talk to someone because they know I'm going to get more value if I talk to the team, which I'm going to say yes, okay, and then they ask for my phone number. Very nice, very subtle. I'm not going to click it now because I kind of want to continue to my account creation. You know what? Why not? Here they don't ask for my country code, which might be an issue. So I'm going to try to see what it gives if I just give my phone number as it is. I think it's a problem because they haven't asked for my country apart from this separate flow I had to book a demo. And then I'm going to put clean data here. Continue to your account. I'm going to verify my email. So first, yeah, that's it. That was very fast. I guess the fact that they're working with Twilio kind of compels them to being a very fast email sender and possibly SMS sender. But no matter what, I think that was a very seamless experience. Thanks to Google, my password is known. And I'm now going to enter the experience where they have a proper onboarding flow. So very neat, very interactive. It seems like I could even click this thing, which I can't. But very, very neat onboarding page. Obviously, very focused. I can see a small green lining at the top, which might indicate a progress bar that's completed. So maybe that's what they want to express here. But there is nothing else I can do but read and get started, which I think is a testament to what modern companies go for. They prefer a focused experience for the onboarding rather than something optional. So I'm gonna click on get started. And that's the key question I was expecting, because there are so many personas able to interact. At least 3 that they specifically detail on the front landing page. I really like that here. That's the question they ask. I'm going to position myself as a marketing person to see how that changes the interactions they have with me. So we're going to speed that up because the loading is quite slow. But yeah, not much as a marketing person. So they know who I am, but they get me started really, really, really deep, right? Like connect the source, connect the destination, which I understand because, I've been studying customer data platform for a while, but I'm not sure everyone will be across it, which is why maybe they need a demo and they need a human source. I want to see whether the source thing will be specific to my marketing occupation, but they're not. They're typically very geeky. I will guess that most people don't understand what Node.js is. I will guess that most people won't understand why Twilio will be an integration in that sense. iOS and SendGrid being much open. But when I think about the type of source that could interact with Twilio as a marketing person, there are so many other options, such as, for example, like Intercom or ActiveCampaign, things that provide information about the user. So maybe I'm saying something completely dumb here, but I think they could have done a better job reusing my, the knowledge of my occupation to customize the experience. But overall, a very neat interface, obviously, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is to actually log out and to start from scratch, just using one of the other call to action of the website, which was the point of this presentation. What kind of company that is very, very focused on different type of segments, and that is called segment. How do they address this from a sign-in perspective? And so now I'm going to click on, that came from somewhere. I think, yeah, that was maybe I'm going to go to now the product team. I'm going to explore the segment per product and see how it changes the journey. So obviously now I'm in a similar environment. This is obviously more, that's definitely more product focused. They talk about the customers, they talk about stack maybe. I'm going to go at the top here and enter a different email address if I have any. Guillaume plus test at cleandata.ai. I don't know if they can see that the same address email for Google. And here I this is not customized to specifically my occupation as a product manager this time. So, and it still drives me to get a demo. I will say I'm quite surprised. I don't know how they capture the information, maybe just from the URL, something like, it will be attached to my email address. Why not? At least, they have the information. I think what it tells me is that they're really focused on getting me to talk to someone, because I think they know that's how they're going to enable more people to use their platform. Also, here I can see that if I click from the product, like a focused sign up page on create a free account, I don't think the information about me being a product person is passed on. And, I could try, but I'm pretty sure it will lead to the same way. So look, let's wrap it up here. 50 minutes of, you listening to me is enough for today, but I want to identify some key learnings I got from this presentation. The first one is, like possibly if a website knows that they need to onboard people, like face-to-face, then they might not need to use that much information to refine the product experience, which they didn't do. Basically, they say, look, it's going to be too complicated anyway, so let's talk to him. And they've done that 2 times, first from the landing page and then again during the sign-up product, the product sign-up. And then we'll explain it to this person, and we know who he is because he clicked on this I'm a product person thing, and so the product tag is kind of attached to his email address. And then when we talk to him, we'll identify. So maybe that's the learning. It's like you don't need to refine everything in the product as long as you can customize the sales call. And the second thing I've learned is that Segment is definitely one of these companies who has identified that talking to the user is a key thing of onboarding them and creating value for them. And therefore, they put the fact of having a demo going and having a face-to-face interaction with them on Zoom or whatever is key to creating value and letting them make the best of the platform. So that's it for today. We'll be reviewing more of these great companies in the next weeks. In the meantime, thanks for tuning in, and talk to you very soon. Keep growing every day. Bye-bye.